I want to ask you something, and I want you to sit with this for a second before you answer. How many years have you been showing up, performing at a high level, solving complex problems, delivering results that your organization depends on? And yet at the end of the month, the only income you can show for all of that is a salary. I'm not talking about a bad salary. Some of you are making very decent money. I know that. But here's what I want to know, and this is the real question. Does that income scale with the depth of what you know? Because if the answer is no, if your income has a ceiling, but your expertise doesn't, then what you're actually sitting on is one of the most underutilized assets in the modern economy. And today in this very video, I'm going to show you the smartest way to change that. Not by quitting your job, not by building a massive audience, not by creating a 40-module online course that takes you 18 months to finish. I'm talking about a smarter, faster, more elegant path. And by the time we are done, you're going to see your experience and expertise in a way you've never seen it before. I request you to stick with me because the insight I'm going to give you, especially around the 5-minute mark, has already changed the financial trajectory of professionals across 4 continents. I don't want you to miss this, so stick with me. Now, in 2013, I was sitting at a business breakfast in Kampala, Uganda, and I don't say that lightly. That morning cost me 150,000 Ugandan shillings, about $100. I was a university student at that time, studying statistics, so that was real money. But I paid it because the man speaking that morning was Dr. Miles Monroe. And in that room, surrounded by executives and business leaders, Dr. Miles Monroe said something that I have never forgotten. He said, the wealthiest place in the world is not the oil fields of the Middle East. It's not the gold mines of South Africa. The wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard. Because it is there you find businesses never launched, books never written, and ideas never acted upon. Now, I want to come back to something in a moment, because that breakfast didn't just inspire me. It eventually set me on a path that led to everything I'm going to teach you today. But first, I need to diagnose something. You see, most professionals aren't failing because they lack knowledge. They are failing to monetize because they are trapped in a specific way of seeing their expertise. They think what I do at work is just what I do at work. They don't see it as a product. They don't see it as a service. They don't see it as something the marketplace would pay for outside of the job title. And that is the most expensive blind spot in the professional world today. Because here's the truth that nobody in your HR department is going to tell you. Your employer has been monetizing your expertise for years now. They just forgot to tell you that you could do it too. Think about what I'm saying. So now, before I show you the strategy, I need to dismantle 3 myths that are keeping brilliant professionals broke, or more precisely, keeping them from the additional income they deserve. Myth number 1, I need a big audience first. I love this myth. You know why? Because it keeps your competition exactly where it is. Listen, you are not launching a television show. You are building an offer, and an offer doesn't need 1 million followers. An offer needs the right 10 people who have a problem you can solve. If you look at one of my clients, a CPA, Director of Finance, based in Boston, over 18 years of experience in managing complex donor-funded portfolios for international NGOs. When she came to me through my King's Court Premium coaching, she did not have a YouTube channel. She didn't have 100,000 followers on LinkedIn. What she had was this, a specific, valuable skill: financial reporting clarity, that non-profit leaders were desperate for. And within our coaching process, she turned that into a defined offer, the Financial Reporting Clarity Program. She didn't need an audience first. She needed clarity about what she was selling. The audience came because the problem was real. Myth number 2, my experience isn't special enough. Let me tell you about a concept from a movie, The Good Will Hunting. I hope you remember that. You remember Will Hunting, the genius janitor played by Matt Damon. He's solving MIT-level math problems on a chalkboard. But he can't see his own value. He thinks it's just natural. Just obvious, nothing special. And that is you. Yes, that is you. What took you 10 years to master, someone else is desperately trying to figure out right now. And they will pay. They will pay good money for the person who can compress the learning curve for them. Catherine Mahome, one of my other clients, is the co-founder and president of the African Insurance Women Association. She holds the FCII, the highest professional insurance qualification in the world. When Catherine joined my King's Court program, she thought her knowledge was just, industry experience. What she built was the Insurance Leadership Accelerator because what she knew was exactly what a rising insurance professional needed to know. Myth number 3, I need to quit my job to make this work. No, you don't. In fact, your job is your credibility. It's your proof of results. It's the thing that makes your offer believable. The goal isn't to run from your career. The goal is to build leverage alongside it. All right, with the 3 myths, so here's the strategy. I'm going to give it to you plainly. After more than a decade of working with professionals across Africa, Europe, and the United States, helping them extract value from what they know and package it into something the market will pay for, I developed what I call the 2-phase offer builder for busy professionals. It has 2 phases. Both matter. Neither one works without the other. Let me walk you through both. Phase 1 is extraction. The first phase is about finding what's actually sellable inside your experience or your expertise. Here's what surprises most people. It's not everything you know. It's something very specific. Think about Tony Stark in the Iron Man. The man is a genius. He knows aerospace engineering, quantum physics, weapon manufacturing, AI system design. But what built Stark Industries? It wasn't all of that. It was one specific innovation, the arc reactor, taken into one specific application. So most professionals try to offer everything. The smartest ones identify the one thing the market is actively searching for. In phase 1, you are asking 3 questions. Question number 1, what specific problem have you solved repeatedly in your professional life? Number 2, who else has that problem and has the means to pay for a solution? Number 3, what transformation do you actually deliver? Not the process, but the outcome. People do not pay for information. They pay for transformation. This distinction makes or break your offer. Look at Ruth Wangui, CPA and CPHR, Human Resource Manager, one of the public institutions in Nairobi. When she came through our King's Court premium coaching, carrying years of experience, helping teams and organizations function. But when we ran phase 1 together, the offer that emerged wasn't generic HR advice. It was something precise, helping burned out corporates find work that aligns to their true selves. That's a transformation. That's something someone will write a check for. Phase 2 is packaging. Now, here's where most professionals stumble, even when they have done phase 1 well. They find the problem, they know they can solve it, and then they don't know how to structure the offer so that a stranger will buy. So phase 2 is about 3 things. 1, structure. What does the transformation journey look like? Step by step. In other words, what milestones does your client hit? What does success look like at week 1, at week 4, at month 2? Second is naming. Your offer needs a name that communicates the result, not just the method, not HR strategy sessions, not finance consulting. If you look at the CPI I gave as an example, as the Financial Reporting Clarity Insight Program, you see, you immediately know what you get. The third one is pricing. And here's the principle I want you to write down. You are not pricing your time. You are pricing the cost of someone's problems not getting solved. That is always higher than you think. Look at this medical analogy. Who earns more, a general practitioner or a specialist knee surgeon? If there's this general doctor who does everything, does a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then there's the specialty knee surgeon, who earns more? Me and you know better. It is the specialty knee surgeon. Always. Not because the GP, the general doctor, works less, but because specificity commands premium. When Catherine Ochako, former head of technology, went through this process after leaving her role, she didn't just create a coaching offer. She built something named with precision the comeback code, a framework helping women who have experienced betrayal, dismissal, or shame move from crisis to clarity, from shame to strength. So that is a package offer. That's not life coaching. Now, I want to pause here and give you the thing that's underneath all of this, because if I only give you a business framework, I have only done half my job. Here's what I've observed over more than a decade of doing this. The professionals who build offers aren't just creating income streams. They are doing something more significant. They are creating something that will outlast their job. Your employer can restructure you tomorrow. You know that. The market can shift. Technology will automate more roles. We're already watching that happen with AI. But nobody can automate your lived experience. Nobody can replicate the specific pattern or problems you've solved in the specific industry you've navigated for the specific stakeholders you've served. So when I came from the Dr. Miles Monroe breakfast in 2013, I started as a young man with a passion, but no framework. Over the next decade, I made every mistake available to a knowledge entrepreneur. I launched a leadership training camp under trees. I ran financial training communities across Africa. I co-founded NetDoc, a telemedicine company that grew to 4 countries. Every experience, every failure, every lesson became a curriculum. And by 2024, when I came back fully to coaching and consulting, I wasn't starting from zero. I was starting from depth. That's the smartest monetization strategy of all. Stop treating your experience as a backstory. Start treating it as a product. The consultant, coaches, and advisors who are winning in this economy are not the ones with the fanciest website or the most viral content. They're the ones who found the intersection between what they know deeply and what someone needs urgently. And they packaged it with enough clarity that buying became easy. Now, I know you might be watching and right now you're thinking, Sienna, oh, this sounds good, but I don't know if this works for someone like me. So let me be direct with you. The 4 professionals I've mentioned in this very video today, Rose, Catherine, Catherine Mahome, Ruth, Catherine Ochako, these are not unicorns. They are not exceptional in the way you might think. They are not famous. They are not social media influencers. They are professionals who needed to see their experience differently. And they built their offers inside a structured coaching program without quitting their jobs, without building a massive following, without spending months creating content. They found the problem, they packaged the solution, they made their offer available to the right people. That is the formula. That is it. And I want you to notice something about the names of these offers. 1, the Financial Reporting Clarity Insight Program. The Insurance Leadership Accelerator. The Comeback Code. So none of these sound like a side hustle. None of these sounds accidental. They sound exactly what they are. Professional, premium, intentional offers built from real experiences, sold to real people with real problems. So here's where I want to leave you. You have experience, real experience, the kind that took years to build and cannot be faked. The question is not whether you have something worth offering. The only real question is whether you do something with it. And if you're ready to find out what that looks like specifically for you, not in theory, not in a generic course, but for your background, your skills, your industry, then I want to invite you to my live Tuesday workshop. Yes, where we're going to extract what's actually sellable from your professional history. And then we run phase 2, we package it into an offer you can eventually take to the market. And we walk with you through the whole process. The link is in the description below. Check it out. Join me in the live Zoom room where you ask me all the questions that you have, and all the doubts will be tackled on that Tuesday evening. And if you're not yet quite ready for that, that's completely fine. What I would ask you to do for me is this. I want you to drop a comment below. Tell me, what is the one skill or area of expertise in your professional life that you think could actually be worth something to someone else? I read every comment, and sometimes that comment, that one answer, is the beginning of everything. So let me see you in the next one. I'm Coach Richard Olo.